Good afternoon, everyone. How are you all? Lots of you talking today. I think we've got a new lady on who is Spanish because she is saying buenas tardes, good afternoon, if I'm correct. Good afternoon. How are you all? So I've had, before you all start panicking, don't worry, my hair's dark. It's always dark when I have it first done. And I always have a breakout when I come back from America. So I'm just pointing it out now before anybody says to me I look like I'm shattered. I'm actually all right. But I just sat down at camera like, oh, Tim's like, what's we bloody gorgeous? I'm like, no, not today, darling, not today. It's a good job he loves me, isn't it, guys, hey? So how are you all? It's lovely to see you. I know it's bank holiday. Most of you might be doing a lot of things, but still all the same, we as a family didn't go anywhere and didn't do anything other than clean my grotty totty conservatory. So I thought, do you know what? I need to see my friends. It's Monday. Don't shut the door, darling. Thank you. I need to see my friends, see what you're all up to, and just say hello. Now, because I'm just back from the States as well, I feel like we should sort of like touch on a few of the items that have just been on HSN, but equally show you other items and show you some samples, because I never get any time to show samples either. So let's do a little bit of a shout out. We'll do a little mini demo too. I won't keep you very long. What's everyone? Let's talk about the important stuff, right? In my narrative language, derby verser. Did I say that correct? Hopefully I did. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. The most important thing of studio today. It's really important that I ask you this question because you know I'm very nosy, and you know I always like to check in and make sure everyone's okay. So the question is, what's everyone having for the tea? Come on, it's the most important question. What's everyone having for tea? Let me get mine in first. I'm having a curry tonight. And the boy is starving. He's already told me he's starving. I'm just giving him a little chocolate Freddo, which is a member of staff's out at the fridge. I was like, just have that for now. I won't be long. He's like, okay, mummy. So let's get that out of the way first. Tom's raring to get back to school as well, which is super exciting, right? Super duper exciting. So he has like a little bit of a launch day on Friday. He's got to go in his uniform. He picks up his MacBook, his swipe cards and things like that for all of the doors. And he's just excited to see his new teacher and his new friends. So we're super excited about that. So today we've been ironing his shirts for school. Now he's in bigger boy shirts and he's not allowed to wear shorts anymore. Full trousers now. So I'll get a picture, guys. I'll get a picture. Homemade chicken curry. Leftover Indian takeaway. Lasagna. Patricia says pizza. Patricia did, I think Becky got back in touch with you today, darling. I didn't ignore your message. I spoke to her and she said she'd sorted it. So hopefully that's sorted, sweetheart. I don't know how that happened, but hopefully Becky's going to sort it out for you. Sue's having fish cake and veg. Very nice. Coffee is always a good idea. I have coffee, copious amounts up until 2 o'clock. So after 2 o'clock, I don't have any coffee because I go to bed about 10, 11, and then I'm up super early normally. However, my body clock's still a little bit out from America. Mary Wilkie, scrambled egg on toast for me, too warm. Mary, I've just seen your order on my fashion page. You didn't use the discount code. You are a plonker. So I'll sort that out for you. I'll refund you the difference. No idea. It's good to know. Mind you, if you're not hungry, it's okay, isn't it? But when you look forward to your tea like I do, then, you know, a curry is on the cards tonight. Yes, Becky emailed me. Yeah, sorry it took so long, sweetheart. She's had a few days leave at the caravan with her children before they go back to school. Made quiche, tortellini wraps as a base. Turned out good, says Karen. See, you all like to talk to me, don't you? So, other than that, everyone... okay, hello everyone, especially Tom, Tony, Tim, and not forgetting Tom. So we're back from the States. Chicken salad, says Sarah. Can go to bed with coffee and without a problem. I wish I could, because I do love coffee. We've got Sarah Smith from New Orleans. Jambalaya for dinner. Is that like jambalaya? Let's have a guess what jambalaya might be. Chicken casserole? What's jambalaya? chicken something. I don't know, maybe. Tacos, says Brenda. Listen, we're all getting a bit continentally. It's getting a bit posh. Zucchini, tomatoes, feta cheese, rich red onion and yellow onion. Casserole kind of day. Always sad to see the back of a bank holiday week. Well, I'm not, because I'm glad to get staff back in building, to be honest. However, Becky worked her day to day to catch up for me, bless her. Sunday roast beef sarnie, says Kathy. Rice and shrimp, sausage and chicken. Rice and shrimp, sausage and chicken. So is that like a biryani? Or risotto? Rice risotto. It's a chowder. Fish stew. Not sure about fish stew. I like prawns. Shrimp is prawn, right? So Connie says it's 10 a.m. I'm just getting crafting going, working a baby blanket for my first grey GRA. Well, that is great news. I'm glad you're all happy. Look, all the food's coming in now. You're making me very hungry. Granddaughter's due in December. Victoria Cosgrove, not posh for me. Macaroni cheese with bacon and jalapenos on top. That's my kind of meal. Although, I've got a quick story for you, very quick, before we get into what I need to tell you all about. But you know how I always like to do a little, you all call it the Queen's speech, because when I tell a story, it just goes on and on and on. But I've got a little bit of a story for you very quickly. So when I was, when we went to America this time, when you land in America, you have to have your visas and all that sort of good stuff, and you have to go through security, right? Tim's probably watching this and thinking, oh, I hope she don't go down there. I hope she don't talk about that. Anyway, we get to show our visa, and you get asked multiple questions, like when you've got your son, you get asked things like, they ask Tom like questions as well to make sure he's not like a child that's being trafficked and things like that. And, oh, Tom, why are you here? And Tom's like, on holiday. And then the lady, she was grumpy. She was so grumpy. I'm not joking. I don't think I've ever met somebody so grumpy in all my life. Anyway, I felt like I was going to get arrested. It was that bad. So she asked me why I was visiting, and I said that I was doing a TV appearance and I was going to be teaching people how to like use my products. And she was just really, really aggressive. What's your business? So I explained to her. Are you earning money? Not physically whilst I'm there, no. What's your business about? Where is your business? Where do you get your products made? Have you got any cash? And just like questions like that. And when I answered, it seemed like whatever answer I gave, it's not the answer she wanted. Like, have you got any cash? So I was like, what do you mean cash? Like cash with me or cash in the bank or... And then she said, are you deaf? Are you deaf? I was like, I'm real sorry, I can't hear you through the perspex. And then she moved me to the side and she's like, are you deaf? I was like, no, I'm not deaf. She's like, so I answered the question again. She went, do you speak English? And this brings me on to tea. I thought, listen, English? I am the most English person you'll ever meet. I eat Yorkshire puddings. To the point where she told me to be quiet. So I was then quiet, and then she started asking Tim the questions, and then Tim was trying to explain to her, and he was like, Ma'am, this is what we do, this is our company, this is what she's going to be able to do. And then when she looked at me and went, speak, I went, but you just asked me to be quiet. She was so grumpy, and I looked at the gentleman who was in the queue at the side of me to be next, and he was like looking at me as if to say, oh dear, have I got this to come next? So I just stood there, and then it's sort of like, I felt like if I said another word, it was not going to be the right answer, and she was going to take me to a private room and arrest me. Yeah, I was like, oh, and then when I walked away, I got all emotional. I was like, that was terrible. like I'd done something wrong. Tim's like, it's not your fault. What are you crying for? I was like, well, I felt like it were going down a path I didn't want it to go down. I'd done no wrong. She's like, she was really aggressive and grumpy. That was not your fault. So anyway, Nancy, I always found them grumpy in American ink. They can be a little bit abrupt, but that's sometimes how they are. They've got a job to do, haven't they? But this one, but I was the first to her, and she'd just sort of like sanitised her station, and she was already upset that nobody had sanitised the station before she got there. So I think I caught the brunt of that. But anyway, I was so hot when I came out the other end. Why is it always something when you're travelling? First the kids in London Tube, now grumpy woman. Hey, Jessica, you don't know half of it. Listen, you do not know half of it. I've been to the airport, booked in, spent £4,000 on flights to find out that once you update your passport, you have to update your visa. Nobody told me that. Got there, couldn't fly. What the chuffing, stuffing. There has been so many instances, honestly. Thanks. Oh, Tim's bought me a glass of water to calm me down. Just telling them about the grumpy.
Champagne and sparkling water.
And telling the customers about the grumpy security lady.
When you mean when I had to intervene into the communication.
Yeah.
So we didn't go to prison. She couldn't understand your accent.
Oh, she couldn't understand my accent. So Tim's saying, what, you on about the part where I had to intervene because she couldn't understand you?
She was about to
cuff me.
And then I had to shove my head under the plastic so she could...
Listen, he stuck his head under the plastic like this. Ma'am, can I speak for a minute, please? And then I walked away, started crying. Tim's like, listen, it's not your fault.
It was like a battle of the Titans until I intervened.
Always something, guys. Airport people sometimes, not all of us in the USA are awful. I know you're not. I love you all.
It's all about paper and glue. She backed down.
Oh.
When she realised it was paper and glue, she backed down.
When she realised it was paper and glue, she backed down.
Bubbles?
Don't forget my bubbles, my glass of sparkling water. Honestly. Sarah Smith, I'm sorry about what airport was it? So it was Philadelphia airport. Was that Philadelphia?
I'll tell you what got
or Pennsylvania?
Security. I had to sing to her in Italian.
You had to sing to her in Italian, you did not, or else we'd have definitely been arrested. Would have definitely been arrested. So
then I realised she was Spanish.
Yeah, so Pennsylvania, Philadelphia airport. But what we did, guys, Boston. What we did, we went to Boston. We did a break in the flight, and the reason why we did that was because it was £6,000 direct for all three of us to fly there and back, or £2,500 if we did a stop at Boston. So obviously, me being the tight backside that I am, I was like, there is no money in HSN yet. I'm not making any money. We need to do it the cheapest possible way. So we flew to Boston, spent 6 hours in Boston airport, and then flew to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. But we got a direct flight home. They all love my mum's. Yeah, sod's law, innit? But anyway, come on, let's get on with it. So we've got Brenda over on Facebook from Ohio. We've got Patricia Myers. Hi, Tony and everyone. I'm sorry you experienced this. People working in custom service should be more professional. I have to say it was not very pleasant, but you know, it is what it is. And I always say this to you guys, we never know what's going on at home. So no matter how people are with you, you always try and be kind back regardless. Be kind to all kinds, because we just don't know. She might have had something happening that morning, or something sad's happened, and I will allow her to take it out on me. So that's how I always look at it. I always think something's happened for her to be that way. She wasn't born or built that way. Fingers crossed anyway, that's what we say. So let's get on with it. So tonight's show, guys, I've linked a ton of stencils. Now, if you watched my HSN shows, I mean, I only had 16 minutes. 16 minutes. I didn't even physically get to really pick up any of the samples. So I want to show you some samples from the new ones, the Poppy Bouquet and the Rose, because some of you bought them in the UK as well, and they've sold out in the States, unfortunately. However, you can get them from me, but I'm going to demo the Poppy Bouquet because I've done the Rose one. but I have linked lots of different layering stencils and dies at a reduced price. So if you love any of our layering stencils and know the 3D flowers that you can achieve, then you can maybe treat yourself to one. So I think they're all down, most of them are down to £15 from 35. So I'll show you some, is it on, have I got it on here? Did Tim actually link it? No, I don't know where the products are. No products. They're underneath anyway. He normally adds it to a screen, but he hasn't today. So let me just show you on overhead, and then so we've got Magnolia Dreams, which is the layering stencil. Let's pop you up in the corner here. Layering stencil, and let's get rid of the gigs. Oh, let's just sort the hair out. Let's have a look. It's amazing how much you can save by splitting a journey. It's a long journey though, isn't it? It's a long journey, but whilst I'm still growing, guys, it's just £6 on flights. I just can't swallow it. I can't. So Magnolia Dreams. Okay, so this is that lovely layered magnolia, and then the die that goes on top. This has been reduced to 15. We've got Radiant Rose as well, 15. So it does that lovely 3D rose on there as well. So check these out. We've got Daffodil Dreams, the layering daffodil, and the dies as well to boot on this one. So there's 3. I think they're all 15. And I've also popped in our layering carnations and our peony bunch, all 15. I haven't loaded all the stock at this super cheap price. It's just for sort of like a short-term offer.
Products are linked to YouTube, Facebook and the website.
Okay, products are linked to Facebook, YouTube and the website. And if and mytelly.com. They are linked, says Brenda. Oh, he has done his job then, has he, Brenda? So all of those I think are 15. So if you've maybe got 2 or 3 of them and you're thinking, do you know what, I'm gonna get the other one, then treat yourselves. Why not, hey? So that's that one. And because we're talking about layering stencils, these are the ones, guys, that I'm going to be using. Well, not using them both, but I'm going to use Poppy Bouquet today. Amazing. I can't reduce these, guys, because these are really new. People have paid full price recently, so I can't reduce these. And to be honest, I probably won't reduce these. These are our best sellers. These have been launched 3 times. So Poppy Bouquet and Classic Rose. Okay, you've seen me demo this. I will show you some samples in a second. That's Poppy Bouquet. I'm going to demo that one. But I did bring in the magazine. Now, I don't know if there's anybody on here that doesn't have my magazine, but it's a £40 bundle. You get the 70-page inspirational magazine, the A4 stamp set, and the bumper paper pack, which is just the most beautiful patterned papers and street scenes for you to stamp your reflection stamps inside. But it's also got this layering stencil and die as well, so amazing, right? So what I've done is, this is a $39.99 magazine. I've put it on at 18. So if you do not have my magazine, this is number 2. I'm going to talk to you all about our magazine number 3 as we go through the next up and coming weeks. Got lots to tell you about Stork TV, lots to talk about. But this is number 2. It's £18, a bargain. Absolute bargain. Okay, so if you're thinking, I'd like to try Stamps by Me, never tried them before, maybe you got this on HTCN in America. This has got like 49 reviews, all a 5-star, or apart from one who said on the last one who said they had a stencil missing. So I lost a 5-star review there, but 5-star reviews, incredible value as always. So those are there. So you've got your magazine and you've got all of the stencils and dies all at the £15. So if you've got an order on the box already, you can add to previous order. Shouldn't be many on the box at all now. So have a look. So let's have a look at Poppy Bouquet. Oh, you don't want to use your paper, do you not? You have to use it, guys. Come on. You can't take it with you. You can't take it with you. If I'd have had it with me, I'd have slipped it under the counter to that security lady. Said, here, have a look at these. This will cheer you up. So our layering stencils, maybe you got these on HSN. Is anybody here from HSN? Anybody here who saw the shows in the HSN? you get your 4 stencils and you get your hearts in the corner. So you can actually just ink through those hearts if you want to for the line-up system, but I just add them to the edge of the cardstock and go from there. Now, it's a given, isn't it? We follow the numbers. They are all numbered. They're etched in 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, and you just line them up with the ink through the hearts in the corners like so, and it lines up seamlessly when you come to do your artwork. So if you just wanted to do a general poppy, guys, let's just get my HSN bag here. Look, my goodness, all of my lovely goodness here. If you just wanted to do a general poppy, of course you can just do, these are the poppy and the, well, that hasn't got the centres in there, and the rose, okay. If you just wanted to do them very sort of like plain and simple like this, you can do them plain and simple. But these sort of effects are quite cool if you have the courage to sort of like step outside your comfort zone a little bit and be a little bit more creative. Do them onto some patterned papers as well. Fabulous show, says Patricia. Well, thank you, darling. I just wish I had a little bit more time. Hopefully it'll come, hopefully. And it's such a shame because look at the bag of samples I take. The cost, I take hardly no clothing because my suitcase is just rammed with, I don't know why I do it because I just don't have the time. But the design team spend so much time on them. I feel really guilty that, you know, they don't get the time that they deserve. So they're getting time with you now, guys. So that's the rose. So I just wanted to show you how you can get this sort of like watercolour effect here. You see on this card here? So this is the rose. It looks fantastic in monochromatic here. But if you wanted to make it a little bit more artistic, I'm going to show you how to do that. I've done it multiple times on here, guys. This one's used the dies, so you can, it's got the dies as well. But I just want to show how if you just change it up a little bit, add maybe a touch of water, you can really go down the path of the artistic side of things as well. There's just so many here, guys. I do not know if I have both of these. And I think the other ones are in the other wallet. So let's get into a quick demo, guys. So don't forget, share, share, share. If we can share, that would be awesome. Share to your crafty friends and I'll pick a winner at the end and we'll send you a voucher code and you can spend it whenever you want on whatever you want on our website. So Renee says, I saw you on HSN. It goes like that, doesn't it? So fast. Honestly, I look up and I can see the screens moving to the next product. I'm like, oh, did I say everything I needed to say? Hopefully I did. And then when I watch it back, I'm so critical of myself, guys. And then I look back and I say to Tim, I didn't say this and I didn't say that. He says, look, love, you got in as much as you could in the time that you were given. It would be nice just to have like a little bit more time to just slow it down a little bit and really get into the detail of the whys and the hows and show the samples and things like that. But I'm nearly 4 years in now, guys, as well, so hopefully it's not like I'm not getting the sales. I am getting the sales, but I just know that if they give me a little bit more airtime, I would get more. But it's a risk, isn't it, when you've got the top 3 brands who churn out the money, I guess. But listen, I started out on UK TV that way with the big dogs back in the day, and I started out with a 1 hour a month and it turned out to be about 5 or 6 hours a week in the end. So I know it will come. I just have to be patient. So with £5,000 flights, however long it takes. Yeah, Sid, I agree. More slowly, more time. And you know, I feel like I'm going blah, 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 but actually when I watch it back, I'm not actually, it doesn't look like I'm speaking that fast. But actually, if you watch me while I'm doing it, I'm like this, trying to grab breath because there's just so much I want to say to get people to just try my brand for that one time. But it's like in your world, it's like the Shark Tank, I guess. You know, you've got a couple of moments to pitch. Right, so what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to go through the stencil system. I've got a piece of watercolour card here. I like the watercolour card for that sprayed effect, but you can use normal cardstock too. I've got my heat gun, and we're going to do a little bit of spraying as well to give it that blend and that bleed. And all I'm going to do is, I haven't got a full piece. I like to do like pieces off the cardstock, if that makes any sense at all. So like just part of. But you can of course do the full signature piece in the centre. So I'm just going to put my cardstock onto here, just put it in the middle there, and then I'm going to decide, make sure I'm looking at number 1, and then I'm probably just going to place it on my mat. You see, in the same place on my mat all the time, and then make sure my cardstock. Now you can take your cardstock down if you want to. Now the only reason I'm not corner to corner is because this flower's a little bit big for this piece of cardstock that I've got. Kathy, question, is there going to be a celebration for the app, or was that? No, it's not being given up. We've just not found an appropriate moment yet, sweetheart. I think we've ironed out all the gremlins as well. So we do have our Halloween party on Friday, which is going to be cool. I think Simon's going to try and make a turn in for me as well, so we can have 2 counters, 2 demos, giveaways. We might do spin the wheel as well for our customers. So that'll be cool. So make sure you tune in for that one on Friday, and then tomorrow we do have Deal Hunters at 1 o'clock as well. Blue Jay says we need to give a review after we purchase. It does a lot for the algorithm. Oh, well, that's really kind. Thank you so much. I do not purchase from the other big 2, CC and Anna. I just don't. Yeah. So I'm going to go just here-ish. It's not too complicated, I guess. So let's go with a red ink pad. Now, poppies can be red, blue, whatever colour you love, you do you, okay? I'm going to just go the traditional red. Oh, we've got a piece of paper now. Oh, well, I did put that in the newsletter. Probably most know. Tim's handed me a piece of paper. Yeah, look at Tim's writing. Looks like a spider's had an epileptic fit. You can read it if you want, but I did put it in a newsletter. It's just a gentle nudge from Tim there. From all of the guest brands, we launched another 138 products. Oh, he's back. Can hear him. Are you all right?
Like that in Italian?
Would you go? No, thanks.
Or Greek?
No, thanks. Right, come on. I'm sure he wants to.
Yorkshire?
No. Right, let's go. So, first stencil, number 1, let's get a bit of colour down. Denise says, I noticed Lisa Horton's items are no longer on HTCN. I guess she gave up. Yeah. Well, I don't give up. I am a fighter, and you have to work. You have to put in the graft. So you see, if it doesn't make people instant money, they give up. Well, from experience, it don't always happen like that, does it? So 2 heads here. So let's just go with that. Super easy, right? I think this one we're going to spray. Saw the product update, it's incredible. Yeah, we keep going. Keep going. So a little bit of a spray. Can you see how you get that nice? You don't want to do it too much, but just enough. Let the colour bleed a little bit. Now, the cool thing about this technique, guys, is if you lose all of the detail, maybe you sort of like saturate it, just take stencil, put it back over and just go on a bit more colour, and it'll bring back the detail. Lots of you have seen me do this technique, haven't you? How do you people clean your stencils? Finding using baby wipes, which I use for stamps, catch and running under tap isn't getting it off. It depends what inks you're using, Jessica. What inks are you using? Because I know that if you run mine under tap, it just pours off. I don't know if there's an ink cleaner on the website. I'm not sure, darling. I love the double poppies. What's everyone saying? Yeah, they're all too busy all channel hopping as well. Can't keep up, can they? All these other craft brands chasing the next pound, as I always say. As long as they don't have me involved in it, I don't care. Right, let's try this. Oh, Brenda's put on there, sweetheart, I spray with isopropyl alcohol. Never heard of it, but soapy water. Anti-back spray works, apparently, Angela says. Thanks, guys, for helping her out. So that's number 1. And then number 2. I'm just going to put number 2 straight on top. Same colour. Now I'm pouncing with this because it's got delicate veins in there. Don't want it to sort of like scuff or drag. Now a little bit of a technique here for you. If you go as dark as you have with the red, because this red doesn't go much dark, well it does actually, but if you find you've got a red ink pad that doesn't go as dark as you need, if you go over with a bit of blue you get like a really dark burgundy. That's what I probably might need to do for this one, but we'll see. And it always see you work through, guys. We all know that. It always looks a little bit ugly to start with. See you work through. I think I've purchased all of your things from HTCN. That's really kind. Thanks for your support, guys. What's Renee put? I bought Elisa Horton item back in March, didn't realise she was no longer an HSN. No, I think she packed in. I think the person that was helping her do the distribution, I think they had a fallout. I'm not sure. I really don't know the ins and outs of it, to be honest, so. So let's have a look at this one. Woo! So let's give this a little bit of a spray too. Like that sort of like blend and bleed, and this is where you're going to end up with something really artistic. So if you got this one, give this sort of technique a little bit of a twirl. Don't blast it off straight away. Give the ink the opportunity to move around on the cardstock, because patience is key, and I think it looks really lovely if you just give it time to be a little bit more fluid. So that's number 2, and then we have number 3. So let's blast this off. Whoopsie daisy. I really wish you could have more time on HSN. Patricia, I am working so hard, honestly, to get it. And I've told you this all multiple times before. When I pitch in my products, I always pitch in what I think everybody's going to love, or what you all say, please, can we have this on HSN, please, please, please. And I pitch it in, and I'm like, so many people have asked for it. And then they say no, and I'm like, ugh. But there is going to come a turning point, guys, where they are going to, like, I'm not going to say stand up and pay attention because that sounds rude, but they are going to turn a corner and think, yeah, we can trust what this girl says, because everything that she has said will sell, has sold. Like I said, these stencils and the rose will be the first sellout, and they sold out. They sold out, and I could see the sales coming in before I went live to air. So I know that the next time when I present in more layering stencils, they're going to have the confidence to purchase more and maybe give me a little bit more airtime. So I've just got to build that relationship, guys, and I've got a new buyer again. So that we've had multiple buyers since the change from HSN in Clearwater as well. So I've got a new buyer again, so I'm having to start from scratch and build a new relationship with her as well. So there's lots of things that go on behind the scenes that it's easy to just sort of like pass comment or pass judgment, but actually there's lots of things going on in the background which has harboured my growth. You all know that my Christmas stock set on fire as well. That wasn't helpful at all. That took nearly a year to get insurance paid out on that. So it's been problematic, but I still stay positive. I know my role. I know the business. I've been in it for 15 years. I know what I want to do with HSN. I just need to keep delivering and delivering in the hope that, you know, I turn that corner. There's another Queen speech. Slow and steady has worked for your company so far, Toni. Keep it. I know. I wouldn't be where I am today out of 15 years of hard graft and my lovely following who've supported me from probably the beginning. So I know what it needs. I know what it entails. Even if they said to me it's going to take another 5 years for you to be recognised as a USA brand, so be it. I'm only young. Well, youngish. Only young. It's my passion. It's my business. It's my livelihood. It's my family. So there we go. So let's get on with the next one. Stop talking. Come on. So I have the next one as well. The next stencil here. So I'm just literally guessing now because I don't have the lineup with the hearts, but I have an idea. So now this one's going to be quite dark, isn't it? So I'm going to try and press on a little bit harder with this one. Hi Samantha, hope you're well. As soon as you bought them before they went live, did you? That looks about right. So this time I'm really gonna, you can add a bit of blue to get like an intense burgundy, so don't forget that. I'm just tapping again because it's quite detailed in the centre of this one. So that's that one. Then we'll do this one. Will I be bringing Halloween and Christmas? I have some Christmas, but not Halloween this time. We had planned to have Halloween last week with you all, but circumstances just made it difficult for me to get it into the warehouses for you. So we're saving that for next year, but we've definitely got some Christmas, which is really exciting. So I've got that, and then have I got my green? Let's see if we've got a green for the stalks. I told you, haven't I? Every time I go live, my dad rings. Every time it's like, Dad, Monday Night Lights. Oh, sorry, Cocker. Sorry, Cocker. Like, I don't know. It must be awful losing your memory when you get old, Father. That's what I say to him. So I've got some green here. So I'm just going to do a light green because I'm going to spray this, remember. Don't forget the bud. I won't forget the bud, don't you worry. A lot of people forget the bud, including my design team, by the way. We don't waste plastic. I don't put buds on plastic on one sheet. You have got no chance. So it's coming together beautifully. So let's just give this a little bit of a spray. Not too much because we don't want it to be too arty. Just be kind. So let that work its magic. And then the last one is some more detail. can see here more detail. Let that just have its moment. Put him on loudspeaker so we can all talk to him. I don't think you'd be able to understand him. He's more Yorkshire than me. He only talks about food. He's like me. I'll get him on next time, I'll tell him. Are the Poppy and Rose on HTCN? They are, sweetheart. The link to the show. You do more Halloween than Christmas. It's crazy, isn't it, that? Because we do more Christmas than Halloween. You're still waiting for your Create Together. Well, don't worry, we're not starting it until you get it, Kathy. So let's do this one next. So this is the more detailed part of the green. So I'm just guessing here, clearly, as you can see. That looks about right, does it? Shall we go with that? Shall we do this bit? You could add blue. Let's add some blue and show you. Or you can add black, you know, to give it like that really dark red tone. But let's just add the blue so you can see what I'm talking about. So when you add the blue on top, it gives like a really deep red. So a lot of people wouldn't know to do this, but it's a good hack if you haven't got a really deep red. So put blue on top and you get like a burgundy-ishy colour. Moved a little bit, that. It's a good job we're going for the artistic feel. Oh, that's way out now. What a plonker. I'm just going to have to do it all, guys. Get the idea. I'm spraying it anyway. So that's that, and then the green at the bottom. Red and blue, they do make purple, but sat on top it looks like a burgundy. So let's get the detail on the green here. Not a bad effort at all. I'm not going to spray that because I've got nice level of detail in there. So let me just put the lids on. Right, so going back to the centres of these poppies, you're probably like, where's my centres? They're actually on here. They're in the top corner of number 4. And all you do is, you can see the centres here, is you bring the centre down. And it sort of like lines up beautifully. Now she's saying, oh, pack it to the rescue. So I can see where they need to be. But obviously if you do it through the hearts or line it up on the edge, you can see. So that needs to go here and that needs to go there. There we go. I'll do this in black. There you have your poppies. Obviously I've moved on that stencil a little bit, but look at that. How cool is that? Now what I like to do once I've done all of that, guys, is I like to splat it a little bit with some like white acrylic or gold, whatever you want to do. I'm just looking to see what I've got. See if I've got my, just hiding my station a little bit. So it looks like a piece of artwork, and then just stamp a sentiment over the green in it, and then when you come to put it on some black, which is what I'll do in a second, let me just see if I've got my white. I don't think I have, guys, because that would be too good to be true. So like white spats on the end of your, or gold. Oh, I've got some gold. This just adds like that extra sort of artistic-y feel. And then you stamp your sentiment. On there. Oh, nearly put my brush in my sparkling water there. Artistic freedom, love that. And then this would go onto some, let me just mark this off here and here. So have you all shared the show, because I'm going to pick a winner, or should I say Elaine will have picked a winner hopefully for me tonight. So you pop it onto the black, mount it onto, I like a smaller border than that, but it is total preference. And then if you have a white card blank maybe, you could then mount that onto a card. So you have options, small cards, big cards, just to show you how incredibly beautiful the layering 3D element of them, just as a sterile entity without being sprayed with water, is just awesome, right? Or added with a little bit of gold acrylic or white acrylic to make it a little bit like gouache. Absolutely beautiful. I never get bored of our layering stencils, and like I say, this is the 3rd time we've launched these and they've sold out again. So we always say that if 100 people hit the notify me button, I'll always reorder. That's what's happened 3 times, same as our Christmas baubles 3 times. So just to very quickly go over, question, please put specifically the link to the poppy and the rose stencil. Tim, are you watching? Can you help Carol out and add the link to the show? All the products out, can you go, if you go to the top of the chat, Carol, can you see the top of the chat, sweetheart? It says shop here. So don't forget, we also on the shop here at the top of this chat, we have Daffodil Dreams 15. So this is the same concept as the daffodil, sorry, as the poppy, but these ones are in the posh packets, we call them. So we have Daffodil Dreams, we have Radiant Rose, with these have got word dies in as well. We have Peony Bunch, that, and it actually looks like that, incredible, one of my faves. We have Magnolia Dreams, and we have Carnation, and then the Rose and the Poppy, and then the magazine is £18. The whole bundle is £18. Okay, so you have some lovely little offers in tonight's show, but equally, as always, and as when I do these shows, I do not expect you to buy. The community is what matters. Come and say hello, enjoy the creativity, take it away with you, be creative with your stash that you've purchased from us. That makes me very happy. One of the washi sentiments, that's probably what I would use, Samantha. On there, stunning, beautiful flower. Peony is beautiful, it totally is. That went to HSN. There are some of those on HSN, I think. Have a look at that one. So let's pick a winner. Okay, so this evening's winner is, if you could continue to share the shows, that would be awesome. And if you could pop a comment underneath here when I've gone off air, if you enjoyed the show or did you enjoy the demo, anything really, just to get the algorithm going. But this evening's winner is, just ordered the poppy, says Nancy. Well done, darling. The winner this evening is Cecilia Spencer. Well done, sweetheart. You've just won a voucher code. Now, you do not have to spend anything to use that code. Okay, so just message me. I will send you a code, or info@stampsbyme or Karen on our Eureka fan page, and we'll send you a code, and you can save it if you want to save it for a special occasion or when we launch something. That's just for you. So well done, sweetheart. You've just won yourself a voucher for our website. Super duper exciting, right? Thank you so much, guys. So I'm live tomorrow at 1 o'clock for our Deal Hunters show. And then on Friday, we have our Halloween party. So get your witch's hat on. I always look like a witch, so it'll be nothing new for me. So we'll have treats. We've got a question and answer session, hopefully, if Simon can come, but we'll have the spinny wheel as well, and somebody will win some vouchers for our website. And most people win a £100 voucher or £50 voucher. It's never a fiver. So come and say hello for that. Get your witches hats on. So I'm going to love you and leave you all. I'm going to go for my curry. Enjoy your evening. I hope you've all had a nice bank holiday, and I'll see you all tomorrow at 1 o'clock. If not, I'll see you all Friday as well. I think it's 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. Check the schedule though, and make sure you sign up for our newsletter as well. So have a fantastic time, guys, and I'll speak to you all later. Take care. Bye. Bye, guys.